Ladies and gents, I'm Papa Smoke, and this is the House of Smoke YouTube channels. Or social media channels, sorry, I do apologise. Right, okay, so this is a special one. So I'm literally coming before you today to talk to you about false gurus. Yeah. Okay, so, as you know, I've taken on a new sponsor, Eddie's Discount Den. Yeah, shout out to Eddie's. Eddie's Discount Den sells things that are a little different, yeah? A little different to what usual gift shops and places like that sell, yeah? They like to move more on the witchy and spiritual kind of occulty and sort of seasonal kind of gifts, yeah? As a result, Eddie's is a member of a number of groups and follows quite a few people all over the internet. And with me doing what I do for a living, and with Eddie's just selling equipment, the staff there sometimes hit me up with, is this true? And unfortunately, there's been a few occasions where sadly, no, it's not. Okay, so there are a lot of people out there, yeah, right, that don't understand how to actually construct a spell, how to construct work itself, how to actually cast that work and the elements of that work, yeah? Right, so for example, one fuckery I saw today, a hex using a black crystal, yeah? Black crystals such as tourmaline, obsidian and onyx are cleansing crystals and do not hex. You can't use them in hex work, yeah? One of those, I believe it is, off the top of my head, obsidian, actually draws in and stores negative energy like a sponge, so there is a potential that that could be used to contaminate somebody, yeah? But just grabbing a paper doll and wrapping it around a random black crystal and saying your intention and whatever isn't going to work, yeah? Magic itself is about working with the spirits and the energies involved in the deities you're using or working with, and in the equipment you're using and working with, yeah? So for example, if you want to hex someone's love life, the last thing you do is use honey, because that will sweeten it up, yeah? Okay? If you want to hex somebody, the last thing you do is wrap a paper puppet of them around a black crystal, because that will cleanse them, yeah? So every bit of dark work hits them, it will be absorbed by the crystal, yeah? You've got to be really, really careful when giving advice out there and when following people out there, yeah? A lot of people will come up with really cheap, lovely sounding, easily castable solutions, yeah? That will either blow up in your face and do something counter to your intention, yeah? Or will be a complete waste of time and money, yeah? There is a very, very, very good reason why people in voodoo, such as myself, say, if you're wanting to do dark work, hire a professional, yeah? Right? Hire a professional. We understand the elements of what goes into the work. So, this particular spell I saw, she wrapped a black crystal with a paper puppet and put it in a jar. Again, fuckery. Absolutely not needed. For a start, yeah, the jar itself represents the target's microcosm, yeah? So you're putting a cleansing crystal in a jar to curse someone. So what you're really doing is cleansing their body spiritually and cleansing their microcosm of everything negative. Yeah, you're not cursing them just like that particular lady thought. Just because you're putting someone in a jar doesn't necessarily mean it's a curse, yeah? The jar represents the target's whole microcosm. What is added to that jar, yeah? No less than 3 ingredients, no more than 13, yeah? What is added to that jar then manifests in the target's environment, yeah? So, if you're doing a jar work, you don't put a puppet in there and you don't put cleansing in there. You don't put a cleansing crystal in there, yeah? You put your petition in there, yeah? You want to put like 9 rusty nails in there. Graveyard coffin nails are the best you can get. And those nails themselves will cause something to happen where that person will experience excruciating pain. Things such as urine added to the jar ruin someone's life. Things such as vinegar added to the jar will sour someone's conditions, yeah? So, you have to understand what you are putting in the jar, what the jar itself means, yeah? And the fact is, while you're using a jar that represents someone's whole world, you don't need to use a puppet that represents their body, yeah? Because it's one or the other, yeah? Puppet work is targeting them, yeah? Jar work is targeting their whole microcosm, yeah? So it's one or the other. You don't need to do both. If you hit someone's whole microcosm, it stands to reason that you're hitting them as well, Yeah? So you've got to be very, very careful what you add to the jars. You've got to be very careful how you dispose of the jars. And you've got to be very, very careful how you charge these. Yeah? So don't be taking jar work advice from TikTok, because a lot of these people on here, they've got it out of a book, they've got it off YouTube, they don't know what they're talking about. Yeah? You want to come to somebody like me, Papa Smoke, who's actually got receipts for people, for bodies that have been dropped, and then I still won't give you free advice. Yeah? Remember, in the magical community, yeah, something given has no value. Yeah, if it's free advice, it's usually not nice. Yeah, alright, peace, be careful, stop doing stupid fucking jar work shit you don't understand.